Welcome back to Puro Pink Chisme We, Besties, a place where you'll come for the chisme, stay for the vibes.
And we are your hosts. I'm Mati.
I'm Bree.
And I'm Diana.
This podcast is a safe and cozy space where we'll share laughs,
spill tea,
stay pink,
and be
unapologetically us.
So, how's everyone been? What's
Good.
new? What's going on? I feel like, we got past the first episode.
Yes, we did. Yeah, I'm
We are
actually
number 2.
like excited. I was so excited
Yes.
to record again, and it's been a long week.
It has.
Yeah,
it
for
has.
real.
January was very long.
January was
It felt like a whole year,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
real. Like, I don't know why it always feels like that. Like winter.
You know, I feel like I can't really remember the last time January itself felt that long.
me neither.
I swear, like, I thought we were on, like, maybe January 20-something, and I looked at, like, January 11th.
Yeah. No, same. This year felt particularly longer for me.
Yeah.
It's also because it's been a little bit colder, I feel like, too. Like,
Yeah.
but it's been a ride.
Yeah. The week itself has been super long, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it sucks for me because my birthday is on January 4th.
Capricorn.
Yes, Capricorn season, but we're in Aquarius season
Yes,
now.
Yeah.
But it's like the holidays and my birthday is right there, and then
Yeah.
I'm just ready, like, and over it, and then it's the whole rest of the year, the
Yeah.
month in
Yeah,
general.
because you're, like,
Damn.
right there in the
In the
beginning of
beginning.
January. Yeah, that makes sense.
Still your birthday month, January, though. That's
Yeah.
a long. I
Yeah.
want my birthday month to be long.
that long,
Yeah.
right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
But I think February is such a good month. It's like, pink, red,
Yes.
love, hearts.
The love
like,
season.
Yes.
Yes, love
It's-
season.
It's awesome, I think. Like,
A new month
Yeah.
for new beginnings.
exactly.
New
and-
opportunities.
New
Yes.
blessings.
Yep. And we're pretty early on in the year too, so
Mhm.
we have a lot of goals.
Yeah,
A
we
lot
do.
of manifestation.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And January was like a free trial too. Like
Yeah,
that
girl.
was like us prepping for. It starts now, February is the new January. babe.
Yeah, seriously. I think we had a long trial.
We sure did.
La dieta empieza
Mañana.
mañana.
Not today.
Exactly.
Ay, no, yeah, not today with
not
the-
today.
the
This,
fun.
Con el pancito.
yeah. But how was your week?
It's been really, really good. I've been really stressed out. I feel like I have a lot of stuff just kind of piling up on
Yeah.
each other, with our wedding engagement, just kind of looking into that. Also potentially moving and just getting new things because we're going to be starting from zero. So it's a lot, definitely a lot on my mind, but this is like a place to decompress. I feel
Yeah.
like, and just
Yeah.
I love that. You need that.
yeah, for sure. What about you guys?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was just gonna add into, like, I'm sure you do have a lot going on, and I definitely think that this is. I kind of feel the same way. Like, to be honest, today when I was coming and we were gonna record, I was just kind of like, escape from reality.
Yeah,
Like, because
it's
that's
like-
what it gives.
Or
Like,
just
Yeah.
being with those girls, like
Exactly.
it's just
It's like a weight lifted off your shoulders in
Yeah.
that moment. You get to just yap a little bit
Yeah.
and just
talk that chisme.
Yeah,
How was your week?
exactly. My week was good. It was so long. Like, just work in general felt really long. It
Yeah,
was, like,
this girl's a
lot.
hustle.
independent right
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
Working 2 jobs, 5 a.m. to
Mhm.
midnight.
Yeah.
Yes, not
Do we
bad.
want to talk about like what we do?
We could.
Yeah, we could give a little
We should definitely
intro.
share, because I think that's going to
Yeah.
be really important for, like, everyone to kind of get our
Relate.
perspective on
Yeah.
things. I am in the property management industry. So I'm an assistant community manager at an apartment complex, and yeah, it's never a dull moment.
Never.
I
I can believe
yeah.
it. I can believe it.
I think
And
I'm
we've
gonna,
heard your
like-
stories.
That's what I was gonna say. I think I'm gonna, like, I'm gonna start telling y'all the little
Yeah,
this never a dull moment stories on my job, because
definitely.
yeah, it's crazy over there.
Yeah, no, it's completely opposite from that. I'm in like a clinical setting. I'm in ophthalmology. So I'm seeing patients all day long, which also has stories, but I will not share.
I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Well, I'm a patient coordinator for a physical therapy clinic. I work more in the admin, so
Yeah.
I do a little bit of everything: collections, billing, authorizations. I'm kind of like that liaison between the insurances, attorneys, and the patients. It's just kind of like a mix of everything, but I really do like it a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like business administration or specifically healthcare administration is something I really do enjoy. It's just me. I feel like
Exactly.
I like being, managing stuff.
That's
I do
You
like
know what?
that.
I will say I agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
I think that for me, even though of course it's not like the healthcare administration wise, I think the admin side for me, and I think it's because our familia nos gusta mandar.
Yeah, no,
Nos gusta mandar.
No, seriously,
So I think for me the same thing. Like, I do really like dealing with accounts and stuff too, because that's technically all I do all day. But I think when it comes to having that or like the admin side, it definitely works.
I think it's just kind of like you said, being mandona, telling everybody what to do, and it's not really like that all the time, but it's just like my coworkers make fun of me because we do like birthdays, we're like setting up and stuff, and I'm like, oh, can you do this, can you do that, and I'm like, I just have a certain vision.
Right.
I'm good at telling people what to do. Let's just
to
do
delegate.
it like that.
Yeah.
I like telling people
For
what
sure.
to do.
It takes a specific person to be able, like, specific personality type, you know, and
to manage something.
It works because like we're all really type A when it comes to that stuff. Like, all of our calendars are kind of similar, and we have a shared calendar actually for this.
Just for you guys.
So it's cool, you know, all of our personalities kind of showing in our careers, and now here in front of everyone and being able to kind of tell those stories.
I think it's funny because you mentioned type A the other day. I can't remember what it was that we were doing, but I was literally like getting home. I think I had asked Ernesto to do something, and he's like, no, I didn't want to do it before you came home because I'm going to do it and then I'm going to do it wrong. You're going to tell me to do it again so I could do it right.
Yes, and you're going to have to redo
like,
it again.
I feel that though. I get that though, because it's like, if he does it, I'm just going to go on, fix it, and do it my way. Yeah. I don't know, it sucks. Sometimes it sucks being like that, you know?
It does. And I'm very appreciative of
for sure,
I just think it's like, it's very hard for us because I think we are so type A and like have just certain expectations where it's like,
because we know what we want and
you
we
got
want it
to
a
hop
certain
sideways,
way.
not front to back.
Hello. Like, and then we're
different.
like, you should know that. Right. Hello.
You should read my head.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Mind reader? Like, what?
¿Qué pasa?
Where's the telepathy?
Yeah. So I think it's very funny.
It's funny though. Did you do any shopping?
I did. I went like to do a little bit of shopping, you know, for stuff that we need for the house, or just, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I like to go to like TJ Maxx, Ulta, just for me, like my time, you know. It's actually kind of crazy. I was at TJ Maxx the other day, like on my own. It's kind of crazy, y'all. Like I was in a specific aisle, and I feel bad. I hear this like from like kind of far away. There's this lady, she's yelling at her daughter in Spanish. She's like, apurate, apurate, apurate. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, what's going on? But she's like,
where do I gotta run?
She's like yanking her though. Like, I'm like, damn, like this poor girl, right? Like, she's not crying or anything, but her face just looks like sad.
She was a little girl?
She was like maybe 6-7 years old.
Okay.
So I see that she's like dragging her daughter, and then I see like her boots, right? And I'm like, damn, her boots are like really muddy. Like, I'm like, there's no way. Like in my head, I'm like, where did she go? Yeah, that it's so super muddy. So I put 2 and 2 together. She was pulling her daughter because her daughter was like, she had diarrhea.
She had pooped herself?
She had pooped herself, and she was literally like leaving a trail. So she was like basically dragging her to go to the bathroom. And it just started boofing in there. Like,
talk about a messy situation.
Yeah, no. Pobrecita.
No, literally, like, I felt so bad.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I will say, like, that was embarrassing, and that is going to stick for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for the worker. They made the man clean it up.
Oh, my God.
Because, you know, like, they have
to clean it up.
Story reaches any of them, la señora, la hija, or the worker.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We feel free.
Yeah, I feel really bad. It was very embarrassing. Thankfully there wasn't like, I wouldn't say there was a lot of people when it happened, but it definitely stunk up the place like really, really bad. I just felt bad for the guy. Like, he just looked like, damn, like what like, I'm gonna have to do it. Not for real.
Yeah,
I would not do it.
I wouldn't have done it.
No. I'm not getting paid to do that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a doggy daycare.
He's a good guy, good worker, needs a raise for sure.
Seriously.
Because that was not in his job description.
Give him a raise.
Worker at TJ Maxx, the one who cleaned that up, he needs a raise.
Yeah.
He needs a raise. You know what's crazy? I feel like, I don't know, maybe either I'm at like a place at the wrong time or something. I don't know. But honestly, I feel like I never really have a story like that when I'm
That never
out.
happens to
And
me.
you know
Yeah.
what's crazy? Like sometimes I be thinking, because like Ernesto tells me to, he's like, you never pay attention. Like it doesn't matter where we are, you're never paying attention. And I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe things are going on around me and I'm just not
So
paying attention.
Kevin says the same thing about me because he feels like I'm not paying attention to my surroundings, meaning like I can get robbed or something can happen, and I'm just be
Yeah.
like, oh. But I think in that specific situation, it's because she was yelling
Yeah,
at
you
her
could
daughter.
smell
Like
it,
I was
you
like,
know.
yeah, and I literally
Yeah.
smelled it, and yeah, I had to like go to the other side of the store because I couldn't. It was just really bad, but it's crazy. It's just really crazy, like little things like that.
It is, and
yeah, and like you said, it's gonna stick with her for the rest of her life. I think she's at an age where like she's going to remember this.
No, I think we all kind of have like embarrassing
Moments,
stories
yeah.
too. Do you guys have anything like that you remember, or not maybe remember, but your parents always joke around about? Like I know, like for example, Mati and I, like there's to this day, they're like, oh, I remember when you guys. So when we were little, we put like bags inside of our chest,
yeah,
and
we used to put like plastic
bags.
How old were you?
We were maybe like 4.
Yeah, like 4.
Yeah.
And I remember I think we were wearing like shorts, right? Like denim shorts and a tank top.
Jeans and a white tank top.
Yeah, and we like stuffed our thing, and you know, because we were, I guess we saw like
we were little. We needed a BBL, y'all.
Yeah. You guys were already thinking about it.
Manifesting a BBL at 4 years old.
That's crazy.
Oh my god,
that's crazy.
That's cute though. You know,
I think isn't there a picture?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find a picture.
Cue the picture here.
I know. Cue the picture if we find it, y'all.
That'd be so funny. No,
That
but yeah,
would be.
there's.
I think I think a story that sticks with me and I think shows my personality a lot is I remember my mom. Well, my mom always brings it up till this day, where she's like, because you know we lived in Guatemala until I was a little bit older, so I was probably 4. No, I was probably like 3 at the time, maybe like 3 going into 4 before, and then I used to go to school, and my mom. We always had uniforms, like in Wate. There's uniforms you gotta wear, you know, for the school and everything. So my mom said that, you know, every day they'd pretty much call her and be like, oh, you know, Senora, what was she wearing when she left this morning? Anyway, she kind of kept getting those calls. So my teacher ends up calling my mom one day, and she's like, look, I don't know how to tell you, but you know, every time Mate comes to school, she takes off her uniform and she either wears a bathing suit or she has clothes underneath.
Oh my god!
Like a bathing suit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like she does not want to keep her uniform on. She wants like her style.
Yeah,
that's literally to you this day. Like
that's me.
Yeah,
like, no me gusta que me digan qué hacer.
Yeah.
You know, like I have my own, you know, type of thing. But I feel like that's a story that'll always stick with me. And my mom's always like, that's the hard-headed in you.
Yeah, the Taurus. Very much Taurus. I honestly cannot think of any embarrassing moments off the top of my head. But I do, like, I'm the oldest of my sisters and I, and my sister one time, I do remember, I'm outing you, I'm sorry. She's gonna be like, damn girl, second episode already. Like we were I'm 2.5 years older than her, so she must have been like 6, and we were at Lake Forest actually. R.I.P. Lake Forest.
R.I.P. Lake
we miss you.
The little pennies that
Yeah,
you threw in.
Yeah, the little
fountain.
We were at Lake Forest, and I don't know if you guys remember, there was a candy shop. Like, there was like and you would go and get like gummy bears. And it was like a candy shop. It was right across from like
they
the
still
lily
have some
pad.
of those stores like around. Right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, it was like right across from the lily pad playground thing.
But where the elevator.
Yes, right next to the elevator. And my grandma was with my baby sister, and in the playground. But we wanted to go get candy, and so we were buying candy. And I was like looking around, and then out of nowhere, she was looking around individually by herself. Out of nowhere, I just hear, "No, you can't do that. Put that back. Put that back." My sister was putting candy in her pockets.
Oh no!
Yeah,
like she was like
she was stealing, and I was like, "Why?" Like I had money, you know. Like
does she like know?
Maybe she didn't
does she
realize?
not?
I don't know. I don't think she knew that like she couldn't. I mean, she probably did, but like, you know, like she was just like she thought she wasn't. Nobody was looking at her. It was so funny.
So funny.
We ran out of there. I was so embarrassed. And then
Did she put it back?
She put it back.
Oh.
Like, she dropped it. And then we just went back, and then we made something up, and we told like my grandma, we were like, oh, let's go to the bathroom or something, because we thought that they were going to come out and like tell
Look for
her.
you guys.
Well, so it was just you and her.
It was just
like,
us. Yeah.
Oh,
My grandma had
wow.
stayed back in the playground with my baby sister.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just one of those moments. I'm like, girl. And then now I'm like, no. Like, people are always watching you.
Yeah.
No, yes.
Yeah, no, seriously.
No, I kind of just, I don't know, out of the random, I just remembered this right now. I completely forgot about this. This is kind of embarrassing about me. Like, I don't know why I reacted like this. So I remember when I was younger, I had to be about, I want to say like 4 or 5, kind of in pre-K kindergarten. So I used to like stay at a babysitter, you know, like while my parents worked or whatever. And they also had like, I think it was a grandma or mom, I don't know, like a little girl, same age as me. We would go to school together. And we were friends, like we were actually friends, but her family took care of me, right? Anyways, so we were coloring one day, and I specifically remember I wanted to use a purple crayon.
I remember.
You remember the story? Yeah, I still, for some reason, I have it's just so random. So I wanted to use the purple crayon, and she had the purple crayon, right? And she would not give it to me. Like, I was like, can I just borrow it? Like, she wouldn't give me the, like, thing. I don't remember if she was just, like, not allowing me to, or I just wanted it instantly and wasn't trying to wait for her.
Yeah.
So I, like, bit her arm.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I hear you. Get what you want.
I just remember, like, I think I don't...
Survival of the fittest.
No, seriously, I don't know what the heck was wrong with me.
Did she cry?
Oh, yeah, she cried. And I remember she told her grandma, and I kind of, like...
Okay, girl, you on the ground.
Yeah, like, I remember I just grabbed her arm, bit her. She started crying, went to go tell her grandma or her mom, I can't remember. So then, you know, like, she was like, why'd you bite her, you know, whatever. And I just tried to pretend like nothing had happened. But I remember, like, when my mom went to go pick me up, she was like, oh, yeah, you know, but I felt so, like, embarrassed afterwards. Mind you, I was a little girl, but I still felt like, I don't know what got me into biting.
That was just your instinct. You're like...
Yeah. So if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to bite your arm.
She's a biter.
No, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. I don't know. Like, I'm not even like that. I don't know why. It's just
purple. When
that's
that your favorite color?
Vibes.
No, that's the thing. I don't even
like the purple. That is only child.
That's
vibes.
Only child vibes right there.
Yeah.
You better give her what she wants. She
For sure. They don't like to share.
Kevin, watch your arm.
Seriously, literally.
That's crazy though. No, I didn't even really like. Well, I did like purple at one point. But no, I think my favorite color has always been like pink. Pink is me. Like
pink. Cue the pink.
Cue the pink. No, literally.
Zoom in on the pink.
Literally.
But literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I think I have a lot of like
there's
stories.
There's definitely
so
a lot.
many.
I feel like there's some too that we just don't remember.
I just can't remember.
Yeah.
Like I've always been goofy. Like I've always been, all my life I've been taller than everybody. Now not so much because everybody kind of caught up. But like, I mean, I am taller than like average. But like I've always been taller and clumsy, and for some reason my ankles are weak. Like I just, and so I'm like walking, I'm running, literally like my ankle would just like bend, and then like I'll trip. Like it's just like I'm just clumsy.
You trip on yourself.
I trip on myself, you know. So it's like one of those things. But yeah, no, definitely. There's a lot of stories to tell throughout the whole, you know, podcast and stuff.
We gotta save some. Save some of them juicy ones. I was reading something the other day, and it was like talking about like, it kind of reminded me of like how I was just saying that I've never been in a place where something like that were to happen. And then I was reading a story the other day about how somebody was like, you know, I feel like I can never go to the stores because something's always going wrong. And I'm like, okay, I know I'm in the stores way too much, like way too much more than I'm supposed to be, because
you like to go into the stores.
Yeah, it's a bad thing.
Like like I'm more like a online shopping kind of girl.
I like that better because I know I'm not getting things that I need.
Exactly.
Because you know I'm walking to Target,
even though I'm
gonna walk around.
I need soap and detergent, you know, body soap and detergent, and I'm gonna come out with like.
But see,
$200 worth of things.
I don't know about you guys, but like I like obviously spending time with Kevin, but there's like certain things like when I'm.
I already know what you're about to say.
Yeah, like there's certain times where I'm just like, get away from me. Like, I just, like, I'm in the store, like, let's say we go to Target or, you know, whatever, which, first of all, sometimes he doesn't even want to go to begin with, right?
Yeah.
But then there's times where it's like, I want to go and we just happen to be together, but I feel like he's right there because, you know, he wants
And
to
you
hurry
feel
up.
rushed.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
rushed where I'm like, I want to go through every
Yeah.
aisle. And 'cause,
Exactly.
you know,
You never know what
you
you're
can
gonna find.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. And then
No.
I like my me time. Like, I really do like that. Like, there's times where I just want to, even if it's just going to, like, get some coffee or, like, not necessarily buying stuff or being in the car. Like, it's just, it's nice.
No, it's true. I feel like shopping with the boys is definitely hard. Like,
it's different.
Yeah, I could see, like, Ernesto's one where, like, if I give him my list before we go to the stores,
he'll get just the list.
Like, he's gonna be like, you know, like, let's say I'm like, okay, like I said, I need the body soap and detergent and, I don't know, shampoo. So he's gonna be like, okay, shampoo's on aisle this. The body soap is on aisle this, detergent's on this. And
he's memorized.
He wants to go.
Yeah,
he's like in and out.
Well, that's what he tells me. He's like, we're in and out. Like,
it's never that
he
way.
cannot, like, and then if I'm like, no, I'm gonna walk around, then he's like aquí.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god. Like, I feel like I can't look at something because he's gonna be like $15.99.
Yeah. I'll be like, no. It's gonna turn into $300.
Okay. 15 is fine. Like, you know, but he's like that. Like, he's just kind of like,
you know, like, we don't need that. Like,
yeah. And so, like, sometimes when we have, like, birthday parties, because, you know, we're a little last minute, and so we have, like,
very much so.
We have, like, birthday parties and stuff, and so sometimes we'll be like, oh my gosh, we have to stop by the store to get a gift card and flowers real quick. He's like, I'm going in.
Yeah.
Because it's going to
you're not going to come out.
3 minutes versus you taking 10 minutes.
That's good. I mean, I like to stay in the car, too.
I'm going to be a passenger princess.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of, I don't know. For me, I don't know if I'm going in mindlessly to just look, it's much more enjoyable for me. But if I'm, like, out to look for something, I hate being in stores.
Yeah, because you can never find it.
I get overstimulated. I don't like it. So I'm kind of the one that's like, I'm leaving. I'll look for it online or, you know.
But see, kind of like, I can kind of feel that too, because I say that about, like, going to, like, Target, you know, Ulta and stuff like that. But you won't catch me at a mall. I freaking hate going to the mall. Like, and I think that comes a lot with, I used to work in a mall. So, like, it wasn't even, like, a long time, right? But I worked, it was like my junior, I don't remember. It was like my my junior, senior year type of thing. Yeah. And it was like 2 years almost. And retail is crazy. And just women in general, like, some can be,
y'all nasty.
Yeah, for real. Like, it was bad. Like, because I worked at a women's clothing store, and I remember, like, especially the holiday times, if you work in retail, you know what I'm talking about. It's really bad. Like, one of my biggest pet peeves, which, please don't do this, leaving clothes in the fitting room was very annoying, because we have to clean up at the end of the night. Yeah. And it was just like, it was so much. It was a lot. Even opening too. It was. I just don't like going to the mall. Like,
you know, I literally say that all the time. I got respect for y'all who work in retail, because I remember when I was looking for my first job, I used to say that all the time. Like, I want to work in retail. Actually, I wanted my first job to be Chipotle. Like that.
For real? I cannot imagine you working
at Chipotle. I cannot.
There's no way. I would always say, like, I want to work at Chipotle for my first job. And my dad always used to tell me, there's no way you'd be working.
You throw the lettuce at them people.
But that's what he was saying. Like, she would. Like, lechuga. I remember that we were in, like, the line, and I told my dad, like, oh, I got an interview to come interview with Chipotle.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so then my dad and I were in line, and he's like, Chipotle is packed, y'all, like, packed. And they're being so nice. They're like, oh, you want some rice? Because, you know, they used to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chipotle is not the same anymore either.
So they're like, oh, you want some rice? You want this? And my dad was like, can you imagine yourself in this scenario? Like, you're either throwing the bowl at somebody, or you're going to throw the rice, the lettuce. Like, you can't handle it. You don't have enough patience to work here.
You don't.
And he's right. No. You know, like, I feel like now that I go to the stores and I see how they are, like, or retail or Chipotle or anything like that, me and customer service, I can't.
It's definitely like hard sometimes.
Yeah. Even you being a server.
Yeah. It takes a lot of
I feel like, which one?
Yeah.
It's hard to, especially, I think you can relate to this too, or even you too, but I feel like when you're working with patients specifically, like,
patient care is different.
Yeah, it's like you gotta be like up here, and there's times where it's just like,
Like, really? You just said that?
At the end of the day, we're all kindergarten teachers.
But then, again,
Yeah.
it's like there's been times where I feel like it's been pushed, or I do kind of
You
have
to
to
get
give.
stern.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, because they se pueden aprovechar.
No, they
like
do.
They will at any moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know.
What was your guys' first jobs? Like, I mean,
Oh.
like, what do you
Yeah.
to share?
Yeah, no. I started working as a host at Silver Diner, so it was always, oh my god,
service.
yeah.
So you've been doing that a while.
Yeah. So like hospitality, that's always been. And then I worked at Coach, so I know the retail thing. When you said
Ooh.
holidays, I was like, oh my god, flashbacks.
Especially
Yeah.
Coach with
Yeah.
those sales, like the outlet
The
store.
I worked at the
Yes.
outlets,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
And it was like a 12-hour. I worked 12 hours straight on Black Friday, and I was in pain when I got home.
Oh,
How
I
old
can
were you?
imagine.
Yeah, I was at this point. This was like later on. This was like I was like 17, or 18. I don't know. I don't know if you have to be 18 to work at Coach, but one of those. But yeah, no, my first job was hosting. It was kind of fun. But like Silver Diner, I mean, it still gets busy, but like back then, like there would be lines
Yeah.
out the door.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you have to
It's
sit
crazy.
people.
I think I went to Silver Diner the first time, like with you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
Oh,
had
yeah.
never really been to a Silver
I
Diner.
love Silver Diner.
She
Sponsor me.
does. Yeah, seriously.
I love that place. It's so yummy.
Yeah, that was the first
Little
time
Caesar
I had it.
French fry moment.
Yeah, a Caesar salad. Oh my god,
Mhm.
definitely. What did you do?
My first job lasted a month and a half.
Lasted. What was it?
I worked at Chuck E. Cheese as a party host.
Oh my god, I
Oh
remember
my
that.
God.
I
That
worked
is
at
so
Chuck E. Cheese as a
crazy.
party host, and I remember I was great because, like, you know, I'm really good with
Party
kids or
host.
whatever.
Aw.
So, you know, like, I worked there. I remember the day that I was asked to get in that suit. Me fui.
Oh my god,
Because
they
I
made you
didn't do
do
it.
that? Everyone?
Everyone was supposed to do it. So I did get away for a long time
Of not
having
doing
to
it?
get in it.
Ah.
But then
You
I
guys
think
would just like
somebody-
rotate.
Yeah, like everybody was
Oh.
supposed to, like, you know, keep rotating. So I got away with it like for a long time, just being like,
Yikes.
oh yeah, no, I don't, yeah, no, pero quién sabe si tiene piojos. I'm not getting in
No, and it
It's
probably
probably
not
like
getting in
musty,
that.
like
I'm not getting
ugh.
in it. So I remember my first job was like a month and a half. It's never and will never be on my resume. But then after that, that's when I got into like you know, daycares and stuff. So I
Yeah.
worked at like
Oh, yeah.
Goddard for, you know, I want to say what? I was probably with them for like 3-4 years.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Oh,
more
pretty
of
good.
my like. I worked at Ann Taylor, so I do get the
Retail.
So-
Yeah.
I worked at Ann Taylor
And
for
that's
2 weeks.
clothes. You have to
That's
fold.
freaking crazy.
2 weeks is what I
2
lasted.
weeks?
I cannot do customer service. I don't know how
Yeah,
y'all did
no.
it. See, for me, if you're coming in the store and I'm like, "Hey, how are you doing?" and you don't answer me,
Yeah.
I'm on fire.
Yeah, you're
Like,
how are you doing? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, my
what
first.
she said.
Yeah, my retail. That like when I worked at the clothing store. I don't know, like if you guys ever heard of Agassi. That was the name of the clothing
Agassi?
store. Yeah, it was a women's clothing store. They had one in Wheaton and I think Annapolis at the time. I can't remember. It closed. It was
Yeah.
kind of, think of it like a Forever 21, Charlotte Russe type
Yeah.
of thing. But that wasn't my first job. I
Yeah.
actually got my first job at 15. I had just kind of turned
Yeah,
15
me
that
too.
summer. And it was at Checkers. It was
Checkers?
crazy.
Wait,
Yes.
I remember Diana was like, I would literally, because we would be at each other's house every weekend, and she's like, I have to learn how to memorize to learn these sandwiches.
No, yes, because like so they asked me.
Memorize it.
So I remember the way I got the job, which is crazy because I remember when I finally like started working there, the only reason why they offered me a job was because they had a referral bonus.
Uh-huh.
So that's the only reason why, like, you know, whatever. And yeah, it was at Checkers. I worked there for like a month. Like, I swear it was only a month. It wasn't a long time.
Yeah.
But I remember that they asked me, do you want to work the drive-through, like taking the orders or making the sandwiches? I'm like, and I think for that same reason, I didn't want to work with the customers themselves. I just wanted to make the sandwiches. I was like, I'm going to work the line. I freaking hated that.
I'm
like,
sure you can make a bomb ass sandwich.
Yeah.
that was so long ago. That was
But
like
you should,
11
like,
years
I
ago.
would've
No,
thought you
I
maybe
mean,
would've-
I'm sure, yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a good sandwich, right? But like, it was annoying because you gotta be like that. It's like green, red. You have to hurry up because you don't want them to be waiting a long time.
Wow.
And the manager, like, oh, freaking,
No
I
help.
hated her.
Like,
no,
always?
she was
Just kidding.
like, I did
Yeah.
not like her.
Yeah.
But and then I remember the only reason why I left was because they wanted me to work, I think, like really late at night. Mind you, I used to take the bus. I used to take the bus. This was the Checkers in Greenbelt. I would take the bus there, and I was like, I'm not gonna make my parents come. I didn't want to work there anymore. That was really the gist of it.
Yeah.
But it was just, she's like, you got to put your 2 weeks in. I was like, no, I'm just not gonna come back anymore.
Right.
And I didn't. So
2 weeks. No.
yeah, it was kind of crazy, but
yeah, no, that's those are first jobs. I mean, those are first job experiences, you know.
Yeah.
They're like, we're not tolerating this.
I remember me and my first job. I was like, it's so funny. I was 15, 16 at my first job, thinking that's the most stress I was gonna have in all my life.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I want to talk to 15-year-old me now.
No, seriously. I feel like even like it goes by so fast. I would say even my 20s. You know, we're 26. I turned 21 the year of COVID, so thankfully I was able to celebrate my birthday like the January.
COVID's been that long.
It's been that long.
I think it was 2020.
2020, yeah. I turned
exactly
21.
I turned 21 that year. I was able to go out, and then in March everything stopped.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I feel like that also took a lot away from my 20s. Like, you know, meaning like I feel like I could have done more. I mean, I don't know, right? Like everything happens for a reason. But it's crazy because when I look back, I'm like, that's crazy. Like I don't know. Like I'm already 26.
Yeah.
It's
it definitely goes by fast. You're vieja. You're vieja. But
she's like, speak for yourself.
Yeah. She's the oldest of the group, so she's the vieja.
She is. She's gonna be 30 before we are. So,
but she's the mother of the group.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Yeah. I think Bree is like
I'm the child of the group.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. I feel like you're like keep us
like
not
on
like what is that like? You're
I
not.
know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like you're just. You
like
bring this peace and
her
energy.
Aura.
Her aura. There we go.
Just like it's that older sister thing. It's like
though, I will say that. Like I think you definitely saved me from a lot of situations. And you know, I think I could say the same for Diana though. Yeah. To be honest, like
Diana has that like motherly, like nurturing.
Yeah, I'm like
child or something.
I'm like that too. I just feel like to a certain extent because I also have my side where it's just like you know what I mean? Like, I'm super sweet. Like, I can be very nice. And a lot of people who really know me know that about me. Like, I'm really nice. You know, I'll always be there for you. But...
Pero araña y muerde.
She bites. Yeah,
it's just a little sass. You know? You need a little bit of that sassiness.
Yeah. I'm going to change her name in my phone to Armbiter.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
Armbiter, you better be careful. So I don't want to take anything from you.
Yeah, better be careful.
Hey, if you want to use this cup, let me know.
No, that's crazy.
No, that's so funny. Armbiter.
Keep arms inside the chair at all
my
times.
gosh, guys. I'm not going to bite your arms. I think it's been good to catch up, though, you know, like, and just kind of talk about life, you know, kind of. I know that we, like, talk almost all the time, but there's always something to talk about to catch up within our own lives and, you know, us together. And just
to be honest, I will say, like, I know we do at least have, like, our quick little, you know, maybe 5-minute check-ins, 10-minute check-ins with each other. But we are all very busy and we have very different schedules. Like I said, you know, you're working all day. You know, you get out much earlier than me. I go in later than all of you guys.
She gets to sleep in.
So it's definitely, we have very different schedules. So if we were not doing this podcast, we'd probably still be sitting here doing the same thing. You know, like we're still going to take our time to catch up and at least have like a weekly thing. So
and that's why we wanted, you know, to do a podcast because we're like, we're already doing this, we're already talking, and I feel like there's I mean, like there's things that are just gonna be so relatable. So
and then we hope, you know, you guys just, even if it's not just for like advice or you know, stories, it's just to kind of
just listen,
make fun of us, like
no, don't make fun of us.
Not yet.
No, I'm just kidding. Honestly though, I would like to hear someone's most funniest story.
Like childhood stories.
A childhood story, like an embarrassing childhood story, or just something embarrassing that has happened recently. Any funny story you would want to share. It can be anonymously. Dios mío. We might judge a little bit. If not, it's you know, don't.
It's innocent though.
Yeah, not in any type of bad way. innocent from her, maybe
Yeah.
a little innocent from me and hers.
And then it's a spectrum of innocence over here.
Spectrum of innocence. They'll keep me sane.
Yeah. No, this was so nice though, guys.
It was really
It was
nice
so
to
nice.
catch
It was.
up. Definitely stay in tune for the next episode.
Yes.
Follow us on all of our social media platforms. It's at Puro Pink Chisme en todos lados.
Yes, we are on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure to like, share it, spread some
Comment.
love.
Yes.
Turn on the notifications.
Yeah, for sure. There's
the
a lot
next
coming up. If
Chisme.
there's any ideas you guys have, you know,
Yeah.
just slide it in the DMs. So
Yeah.
there's a
Slide
lot.
in our DMs.
Yep.
Slide. Like that last story that we told.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, seriously, for sure. But it was definitely very nice to, get another episode of catching up. And I know we had a little bit more chisme this time around. And, like you said, each episode is going to be different.
And I think this episode kind of, you guys got to know us a little bit more in terms of our personality and just how we communicate in general with each other.
Definitely.
A little bit more comfortable, I would say. So
well, I guess this is the wrap of the second episode.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
It is.
Wow. That and to many more.
Yes, many more for sure. I definitely think that y'all gonna have fun.
Yeah.
All right? Y'all gonna have fun.
even if you're just nosy or if you're a hater,
I feel like
welcome.
So, we know you're watching.
It's
we can
okay.
see it.
Yeah, but anyways, thank you
Cheers
guys so much
to
for watching.
To the second episode.
Cheers. Yes. Y recuerden, besties,
Stay real.
Stay pretty.
and most of all,
Stay pink.